It's 11:11 on Tuesday, and this is day 2 of our 11-day abundance journey. So I'm happy that you're joining me. Please say hi at the bottom. Let me know if you're watching the replay if you are. And I promise that you have never seen this technique before that I'm going to talk to you about today, unless you're one of my current clients. And even if you are a client, you may not have seen this one. So, as we're talking about ways to expand our awareness of abundance in all ways, and ways to be a magnet for more abundance in our life, abundance in all forms, whether that's health, love, relationships, money, clients, business, all kinds of abundance. So if you haven't seen the first video, watch that, from yesterday. And then today we're going to talk about the idea about how to calm our fears. You may be very familiar with the idea that what we're thinking about, what we're focusing on, what we're energizing magnifies, and we attract more of that to our lives. So if we are focused on anxiety, fear, worry, doubt, we're going to notice more of that and even be a magnet for more of that. So in these uncertain times right now, it can be kind of challenging to shift out of that fear, because we can say, well, there are a lot of changes, there are a lot of unknowns and fears and things happening around the world. But I'm going to teach you a technique that I really love, and it came from the idea, in the Bible there's a verse that talks about perfect love casts out fear. So I'm going to share a technique a little bit later. But first, I love to start all my meetings, all my client sessions and my videos with getting grounded and centered. And I'm going to do a little singing bowl because although I'm not an expert in doing the singing bowls, there's something about the tone that is very calming and healing. So I'm going to start with that first. I just got to grab it across the table. Hold on. Alrighty, so here we go. So I invite you to just close your eyes, get centered, feel present in your body, and tune into the sound. Now, if you want to continue with your eyes closed, I'm going to invite you to just bring your awareness and your attention to your breath, noticing what it feels like to inhale and to exhale. And then I invite you to think about inhaling calm, exhale, letting go of any stress or tension in your muscles, inhaling peace, exhale, letting go of any stress or worry thoughts. Inhale, clarity and focus. Exhale, letting go of any distractions so we can be here now. And just continue with relaxed, natural breathing. During every day of this 11-day abundance journey, I'm going to invite everyone to take a moment of silence so we can collectively send love, light, healing, and prayers around the globe to those who are suffering physically, who are hurting emotionally, who are struggling financially. So just take a moment to send out prayers in whatever way you'd like to. And then take a moment to just tune in to what you feel grateful about today. Just on this Tuesday, anything that you're particularly feeling thankful for today, just tune into that. Allow yourself to smile as you feel good. And then I invite you to take a deep, invigorating breath in. Exhale, open your eyes and stretch if you like. I always like stretching after that. It feels good. Okay. So, and again, if you guys are watching, I'd love it if you say hi, pop in the comments, let me know that you're here, and then let me know what you think about this exercise. So this one, the reason I know you've never done it before is because I pretty much came up with it. It was a divine download as I was working with a client probably about 5 years ago. So this particular client was working in corporate. She was very stressed out. She had a very strong inner critic. And so she said, oh, I know what I'll do. The next time I have this inner critic negative thought in my head, I'll just take a rubber band and snap it on my wrist. Which, that is a cognitive behavioral technique. I think it's kind of antiquated, but it's to sort of interrupt the pattern and kind of shock you out of that habitual behavior. But it struck me so powerfully that I just sort of sat back and I think I smiled or laughed and I said, so let's look at that. We're trying to have you be kinder to yourself, to calm and quiet your inner critic, and you're thinking about doing this like abusive behavior, or not abusive, but not very kind. So it came to me right in that moment to combine a couple different techniques. So I have about 70 different energy healing techniques. They range from cutting edge scientific techniques to ancient spiritual prayers or wisdom. And so I combined a couple of things. So I call it Michelle's heart brain technique, and it's on my list of 70. And quite often people do call for it for different things because we muscle test. That's a whole nother story. And if you're hopping on at 12, or if you're able to watch the workshop that I'm going to do later, it's called Mindset, Manifesting, and Miracles, how to align mind, body, and soul to finally achieve the results you crave. So I'm going to be talking a little bit more about that at noon today. You can watch the replay if you're not available. But basically, I have a list of a lot of techniques, and we use muscle testing to figure out which one you need. So for her, I just felt intuitively that this was what she needed, and I'm going to invite you to do it as well. So I had her cross at her ankles as she was sitting. So crossing at your ankles, a lot of my techniques that involve neuroscience involve trying to activate the whole brain, so the right and left hemispheres. So there's a lot of crossing over. You've seen me teach this technique a couple times. The right side of the brain controls the left side of the body and vice versa. So there's something really cool about techniques that cross over the body that help activate the whole brain state, the right and left hemispheres together, which helps us shift things at an unconscious level faster, at the body level faster. So I had her activate her whole brain by crossing at the ankles. And then this next part we did for her to soothe the inner critic. So we brought in compassion and unconditional love. Since then, I've adapted it a lot of times to healing fear and anxiety and worry and doubt, which I know a lot of people are experiencing right now. So feel free to please share this video if you'd like. So the next part involves the heart. And what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you imagine if you feel anxiety in your body, notice where it is. Notice the level of intensity. Maybe right now it's not very intense, but usually before I do a technique, I have people name where it is in the body and how intense on a scale of 0 to 10 that it feels. And then we're going to be doing this technique especially for the heart, but I'm going to have you imagine when you think about this emotion that's coming up right now, fear, anxiety, panic, worry, whatever it is, and maybe that's not coming up for you, but it's a tool to use when you do. Now, think about what color that would be for you. So just acknowledge when that fear grips you, what color is it? And then I want you to imagine, what color would unconditional love be? Perfect, divine, unconditional love. Imagine what color that would be. And then what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you take your hands and rub your hands together until you feel the warmth from the friction. And I'm going to have you imagine that this warmth represents unconditional divine love. And as we know, perfect love casts out fear. And you're going to take the warmth from your hands, imagine whatever beautiful color that it is, and take your hands and put them on your heart. And imagine as you take a deep breath in that your heart is receiving this unconditional love. Imagine this beautiful color, this warmth, this energy is just infusing your heart and dissolving any of the fear, dissolving any of that other color. And imagine that as your heart fills up with love, as it's pumping and as it's radiating out love, that it spreads up to your collarbones, up the back of your neck, the back of your head, the top of your head, your face. Your heart is receiving love from your hands. I can also have you imagine that you're receiving love from God, from the divine, from source energy, however you want to think about it. So bringing in this beautiful color, whatever color it is that for you represents unconditional perfect love. And as your heart's beating, it expands out across your chest, your shoulders, down your arms, all the way back into your hands, keeping the cycle going, expanding and receiving this unconditional, beautiful love. And it's dissolving every little speck of that color of fear or anxiety. And let the love color spread down your torso, down your spine, down through your organs, down to your hips. I also like to add something to almost any of my techniques, and that is you can think about inhaling love and grace. Exhale, releasing any energy that no longer serves. So imagine that you're receiving this unconditional love into your heart, in through the top of your head, flowing through your body, cleansing away, dissolving, picking up, erasing any of that color of anxiety, spreading down your torso, down your hips, down your legs, all the way from your knees, shins, calves to your feet. And if there's any residue of fear that hasn't quite dissolved or disappeared, just imagine that it just flushes right through, out the bottoms of your feet into the earth to be recycled for something better. Inhaling love and grace. Exhale, releasing any energy that no longer serves. And just do a little scan and see if there's any remaining fear, any place in your body where there's still some of that other color stuck and stored. And then you can direct love specifically to that place. Direct this energy of warmth and love to just dissolve it. Stay here for just a little bit longer, tuning in, keeping the love flowing. And knowing that we have so much support. And when we're open to receiving God's love, universal love, however you want to think about it, it's so powerful when you open yourself up to receive and allow perfect love to cast out or dissolve all fear. And then I invite you to take a deep, invigorating breath in. Exhale and uncross your ankles. You can stretch again if that feels good to you. So I would love to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you thought about that technique. I find it very, very powerful for my clients. I have them do muscle testing so we can check from your deepest wisdom when I ask their soul, are you now 100% clear of that fear or healed, or have you released it at the body level, at the conscious level, at the unconscious level, and the soul level? So we have ways to check if we did the technique long enough, if we need to add an additional technique, but there is a tool that I invite you to use. It's something that I just came up with, combining, again, something that I knew from science, from applied neuroscience, and also from my spiritual practice. So feel free to share this video, pass it on, invite more people to the group if you think they would benefit from this 11-day abundance journey. And I'm sending many blessings to all of you, praying for everyone in my community and the global community as well. So take good care, and I will see you tomorrow again at 11:11. Pop in at 12 if you want to see the Mindset Manifesting in Miracles workshop. All right, take care. Bye.